Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back to my channel and to another pick a card reading. Today's reading, we're doing a simple yes, no, maybe reading, and we're going to get clarity on why you get a yes, no, or maybe. We're going to get an oracle card as well and a word of advice from your higher self around whatever this is. Now, it's really, really important that you know that time is an illusion and energy is fluid and nothing is set in concrete. So the message that you're getting today is in conjunction with your current energy, which can very much shift, okay? So what this the aim of this reading is for you to be able to get clarity around your yes, no, maybe, and insight into what's going to help you shift that into what maybe you want it to be or need it to be. But we also need to remember that people have their own free will as well. And sometimes a yes, no, maybe is actually a positive thing, but we might not see it as a positive thing. But please take it as it resonates. There's no rules here. Now, last thing I need to say is if you would like to get a personal reading with me, to check out my social media platforms or to leave me a tip, you can find all the ingredients, all the information in the description box below. Sorry, I'm very excited to do this reading for some reason. So without any further ado, I'm now going to pause the video and I'm going to show you the 4 different decks of cards that you have to choose from in order to find out your yes, no, or maybe. Okay, so these are the 4 different decks of cards that you have to choose from for your yes, no, maybe reading. So this deck here is going to be pile 1, this is going to be pile 2, this is going to be pile 3, and this is going to be pile 4. Now, I'm also going to give you some other cards as well, just in case, just to add to the mix, just in case you're having trouble deciding which pile is yours. I'm actually going to pull out the Modern Witch Spiritual deck, which I read from sometimes, and I'm just going to quickly pull out 4 different cards just in case this is going to help you with your choice, because I know sometimes it can be difficult to choose, right? But please bear in mind that you will get the message that you need, okay? But I'm just going to do this more so for fun as well. So we have meditation for pile 1, which is quite fitting, it being a deck for personal growth. For the Edmund Dulac Tarot, we have Diligence. For this beautiful deck of cards, which is the Greek mythology cards, we have Wish. And for the Urban Tarot deck, we have Wisdom. Beautiful. So there you go. I'm going to add another layer to the complexity of choosing. But yeah, for those of you who this has made your life a lot easier, you're welcome. I hope you enjoy it. And if you need a little bit more time to choose your reading, I'm just going to get you to pause the video because I am about to start the readings. Bye. Hello, beautiful souls. Or for those of you, who chose reading 1, and the Zendao Journey Tarot, this is your yes, no, maybe reading in current energy. Please remember that time is an illusion and energy is fluid and that nothing is set in concrete, okay? So you chose meditation as well. So I feel like this is something where things will become more clear, especially after a storm I'm getting. So meditation is really important for you to become more imbalanced and to feel equal is another word I'm getting here, whatever that means to you. As I said before, you'll just need to take these messages as they resonate. So let's put this beautiful card here. So your yes, no, maybe card is the Tower. For me, I'm getting a maybe with this. This, whatever this is something that has either metaphysically broken you in half or will break you in half in a way where it's like shattering your core foundation in order for you to rebuild, because what was already there wasn't, I don't want to use the word strong enough, but it wasn't, the foundation wasn't strong enough to be able to deal with this thunder that's come through in order to be able to kind of live through this, or to acknowledge it, or to have resilience to it, right? Because I mean, this is a very, very strong card. The image is very strong and it's a major arcana. So this is something where there's karmic lessons to be learned. I mean, all the cards are, but specifically the major arcanas. So the Tower is all about the deconstruction of something, the falling down of something. In this particular reading, I'm getting it's like a deconstruction of yourself. So even if it is a deconstruction of something in a physical form, it's going to affect you in one way or another, because your inside world affects your outside world and vice versa, right? But ideally, our outside world, you know, if we're these amazing enlightened beings, which not many of us are, right? We're in a human existence. But if our inner world is really stable and built on a good foundation, it doesn't matter if this happens, we'll be stable. So this is a really big awakening for you or for someone else or whatever. There's a big, big awakening here. There's a moment of something needing to be broken for it to be rebuilt again with a stronger foundation, which includes awareness, consciousness, taking responsibility, taking back personal power, seeing things differently, not repeating negative patterns from the past, being able to see things more clearly, and all that wonderful but very challenging stuff that we go through. Okay, so this is a maybe. It depends on how you deal with this. Clarifying, we have Temperance, which is so beautiful. So this is just really reiterating what I was saying before, that this can be a yes if you choose it to be, but it can also be a no if you don't want it. If you want it to be a no, it's up to you. Temperance is saying that this can be a yes, because there's this is another major arcana, another karmic card. From this maybe, there's the potential here for you to regain balance, to be able to learn how to be conscious of the need to balance passion and emotion. Because Temperance is Sagittarius, so it's that fire, being able to balance fire, balance your emotions, balance the way you see the world. If some of you are really quite stubborn and can sometimes be self-righteous, which we all can be at times, through our own upbringing and trauma and conditioning, we need to be able to find a balance in that. And because of that, we need to be aware, we need to be conscious, we need to be, and also ask and accept help from our higher selves or God or whatever you believe, angels, doesn't matter, ancestors. There's a really strong message here in being able to learn balance, and balance is what's going to be able to help you build a better foundation. So this can be a yes. Okay. This is a maybe. It depends on what you want to get out of this, is what I'm getting. Okay. Please feel free to leave feedback and comments below, because I'd love to hear what this is about. Your word of advice from your higher self is the Two of Wands. So I kind of feel like this is really saying that there's a decision that needs to be made here, and you have the power and the ability to make this decision. You have the ability to take back your power. You have the ability to make the decision that you want to. This is a reading where you have the ability to make a decision about something. Some people don't. Some people live in environments where they have no power, right? So, but a big chunk of us do. So this is about taking responsibility for what we've kind of, how this has kind of happened, you know, our part in it, where we need to grow, how to find balance again. The balance is there for the taking, which will then bring you back into your power. So your higher self is saying, you have the power to make the decision here. This can be a yes and it can be a no. You will know what is going to be best for you. Okay, you have the power and the opportunity here to make this what you want it to be. Meditation is a key here to get clearer answers and to find balance. Okay, the oracle card you got is Badger, persecution. So I really feel like this is talking again about taking responsibility, taking your power back. And I'm just going to look at the book as well. It's saying here as well, be grounded in your beliefs and don't allow others to uproot you. Speak your truth, even if you are the only one doing so. Be bold and ferocious. Never surrender. Shoulder your responsibilities and don't rely on others. The truth is about to be revealed. So that's what the book says, and I agree with it to a degree. I think be bold and ferocious. I don't think being ferocious is going to be great for anyone, but I like here how it says, it also says, when you dig deep below the surface into a current situation, you will see why others have behaved like this toward you. See their traits and fears and act according to the magic of Badger. Put your boundaries firmly in place and reclaim what is rightfully yours. Become more self-reliant and take back your personal responsibility for your own life. Stand up for yourself and don't let others take advantage of you any longer. Okay, so this is, I feel like as well, is about you hiding from the world and you hiding from yourself and not showing others what you're really about, right? For some of you, this is also about stop kind of wallowing in the past or wallowing about things that haven't worked out as well, you know, not being a victim or not allowing anyway, I think the reading says enough. Part 1, I really hope you enjoyed your reading. I hope it's given you clarity and or insight into whatever your situation is. Thank you so much for watching my video. Please press the thumbs up the thumbs up button if you liked it. Please subscribe as well if you feel inclined to, and feel free to share this video with others. Okay, thank you so much, Part 1. Bye. Hello, Part 2. For those of you who chose the Edmund Dulac cards or diligence, this is your reading. So this is really about being careful with how you're working towards something, being diligent, being mindful. I'm being mindful of the growth within you as well, and how you're seeing everything transpire is a big message I'm getting here. We do have an oracle card here for you as well. I thought I would just shuffle on camera and get your live yes, no, maybe card. So we're going to get a yes, no, maybe, then we're going to get a clarifier as to why it's a yes, no, maybe, and then we are also going to get a word of advice from your higher self. Okay, let's get into it. Yes, no, maybe. Okay. 5 of Pentacles. I'm going to need to get the clarifier. I feel like this is a maybe. it depends. There's something that you need to be careful with in regards to how this transpires. Your clarifier is the Ace of Cups. This is a maybe because, as I said before, it's about the work that you put into this or what you're willing to put into this. And part of this is, and of course it's going to be different for all of you, part of this is knowing your self-worth, knowing your capacity to help others, being able to first look after yourself to then be able to look after others is a big thing I'm getting here. It's like what they say when you go on an aeroplane and they say, you know, make sure you put the mask, the oxygen mask on yourself and then other people, right? And that's really important. That's not being selfish. That's actually being, you know, really objective and rational, because you can't help someone else or support someone else if you can't help yourself first, right? Because what I'm getting here as well is there's a fine line between kind of over supporting and under supporting, and there needs to be a balance in it. So this is a maybe, but there's work that needs to be put into this, inner work, to make it a yes. Or inner work to make it a no, if you want it to be a no, in accordance to whatever situation's going on for you. So in summary, it could go either way, but this is really about self-love, filling your own cup first. And also another message I'm getting for some of you is that as well, but also being open to that, being open to starting afresh or being really in that open heart space in order for there to be balance and comfort and stuff, okay? Now, your your word of advice from your higher self about this is the King of Cups. Beautiful. So this is really about emotional intelligence and seeing things in an emotionally mature way as well. So being able to have that beautiful depth of empathy, compassion, and love while still being able to, you know, fill your own cup and have healthy boundaries and know when to say no and when to say yes, and just really knowing yourself well enough to know what your capacity is with this. But this is a card of compassion and love and knowing your worth and knowing how to be able to be compassionate and loving and kind towards others as well as yourself is a huge one here. This is a really beautiful reading. Okay, your Ascended Masters Oracle card is Spiritual Law of Attraction. Awesome. So this is really about like attracts like and getting into the right kind of energy in order for you to make this what you want it to. So, you know, we all attract certain people or situations because they really mirror our thoughts, emotions, and belief in the same way people and situations that, you know, we once found desirable are now moving out of our lives. So as you shift your energy on your spiritual path or on your self-development, like attracts like means that everything and everyone that you draw into your life is similar to you and your thought patterns. So if you want to change what or who you attract, hold more positive, loving, and joyful thoughts. Okay? Nice. Pile 2. I hope this has given you some clarity and or insight into whatever you needed to know. I look forward to seeing you at my next reading. Thank you so much for your love and support. Lots of love and light. Bye. Hello, pile three, or for those of you who chose Wish and the Greek mythology cards, this is your yes/no reading. Please remember that time is an illusion and energy is fluid. Okay, I'm going to get into the reading very soon. Okay, this is a really positive reading. So, Wish. For some of you, I feel like this is hoping for something to come true. You've been maybe waiting for this for a while. You've had a lot of hope and faith with this, and this is all coming to light for you now, okay? To me, this is a yes. It's a very clear yes. The energy is one of, and I'm going to be really honest in saying this, I feel like this message and this reading is giving you the clarity that you need. And this is a yes. Whatever the situation is for you, this is a yes. And it's yes because you've been waiting for clarity, which I'm giving you. And it's also a yes because I think for some of you, there were maybe your emotions were imbalanced with how you were looking at this. And so you weren't able to get the clarity that you need. But now that you have the clarity you need, I feel like a lot of you are going to be standing more in your power and be able to see things more objectively and rationally with whatever this is. These are beautiful cards. To clarify, we have the Star, which to me is saying this is a yes because this is something that's going to help bring about healing for you. And it's very much connected to this, I feel. It's not only going to bring about healing, but for a lot of you, I feel like this is a wish come true. In saying this, with Pandora's box being open, this is, shadow also comes out of this as well. So this isn't going to be a perfect, like, yes, and now everything's amazing in your world and you never have to worry about anything. Yes, this is going to be great. Yes, this is going to be very positive, but just remember there's going to be some little bumps or challenges along the way, okay? But this is really giving you the ability to heal as well, on a soul level, and for some of you on a physical level as well. I mean, they all very much interlink, but that's a big message I'm getting for some of you. This might be around health and your health, you getting, really good news around a health situation. So this is really beautiful. Your word of advice from your higher self is the King of Cups, which is interesting because we got that in another reading. This is really about telling me to tell you that this is about stepping into emotional maturity, being able to know when is the right time and place to divulge emotional things or to divulge your feelings, but also knowing how to keep them in balance. Remembering and learning to be compassionate to yourself and compassionate and loving to others is really important, and being able to step back and see something. For some of you, I'm getting spending a little bit more time thinking about what you're going to say or processing your feelings before stepping into making a decision or saying something. Okay, this is really taking everything in, being able to decipher your emotions and feelings in a mature, stable way. Okay, so that's really important to remember. Your oracle card is beautiful, Mother Mary, nurture yourself. So this is really important as well. It's important to keep nurturing yourself and to remember that you're number one priority. You really, really are, because it's kind of what I said before in the other reading. If you cannot look after yourself and fill your own cup, you're not going to be of great help to others, which is a reality, right? I'm just finding this meaning in the book as well, but that's pretty much what I'm getting. Okay. So in the book itself, it says, you've given a lot of yourself lately, and now it's time to give something to yourself. You've drawn this card because you need to nurture yourself. This means taking good care of your body through sleep, detoxification, and exercise. It also means taking care of your needs as you would for others. You have more energy, abundance, peace, purpose, and everything that you desire. Nurture yourself. So this is a beautiful reading, pile 3. I hope it's given you clarity and or insight into your situation and what it is that you wanted for your yes, no, maybe. It's a very positive outlook here with a lot of healing. I hope you enjoyed. Lots of love and light. Bye. Hello, pile 4. Last but very not least, for those of you who chose wisdom, this is your yes, no, maybe reading. Please remember, of course, that time is an illusion and energy is fluid and that nothing is set in concrete, okay? Wisdom, the biggest thing I'm getting here is knowing the difference between wisdom and knowledge. And wisdom is putting your experience and your knowledge into action. What you've gained from it, what you've learnt from it, that is wisdom, okay? And being able to see things clearly and for what they really are as well is what I believe wisdom is meaning here, okay? And that's my take of it. There's something here that is going to help you become wiser, and this is also saying that use the wisdom that you already have to help you decipher what you need here, because I feel like this is going to be like a two-way reading. So your yes, no, maybe you have this is the 10 of Swords in traditional right away, ruin. So for a lot of you, you're at the end of your tether with something. Something's been very stressful and you're obviously trying to decide maybe whether this is worth it, whether it's not worth it, where to go from here, what this means to you. And because this is a very general reading, you're going to need to apply it to you, because there's many messages I have here and I only have so much capacity with this. So when I initially looked at this, it was a no, but I feel like it's a no erring on a maybe. It depends on you. Like everything depends on you. Doesn't matter which reading you get, it depends on you, right? These are just messages I'm giving you. So with the Lovers clarifying, it kind of gives it a twist. So the reason why, I'm going to say first the reason why, I'm going to say why I think it's a maybe. The reason I think it's a maybe is because there's a choice here that you have to make. For some of you, it's about a relationship. For some of you, it's about a way of being in a relationship and how you see others. And for some of you, it's the relationship with yourself and kind of how you see others. So it's kind of similar to what I said before. But there's a choice here. And it generally has to do with relationships. So as I said, relationship within yourself or relationship with someone else or both, okay? So there's a choice here that needs to be made. Now, this could be a maybe because it depends on what you want to do with this energy. This energy is really heavy. It's kind of like you're at the end now and you can't take any more. And so there's a big decision that needs to be made. Is this something that you can handle? Is this something that you can handle? Is this something that you can rise from like the phoenix? Is there lessons to be learnt about yourself? Because there quite clearly is here, and it's about making a choice. And this is about making the right choice for you, and one that's healthy and one that's productive and one that's going to help you grow as a person, because I'm getting really drawn to these candles and it looks like Kundalini rising to me anyway, okay? Let me get your word of advice from your higher self. We have the Prince of Cups. So this is the filmmaker. This is really telling me to tell you that this is up to you which way this goes. I think what you really need to keep in mind is, how do you want the film to look? How do you want that? How do you want this to, you are the creator here. How do you want this to pan out? Because you're at a crossroads here. This is the end of a cycle. This is like mental anguish. This is pain, especially to do with the mind and the way of thinking. Okay, so Prince of Cups, what do you really want out of this? What do you want to create for yourself? There's an opportunity here. There's a decision to be made and an opportunity where you can create something different, but if you choose to, you're going to have to come to a place of creativity with a creative mind, a creative outlook, and an open heart. So this is up to you, whether you can do this or not. Your oracle card is father, husband, brother, son. This is interesting. So this really, I'm going to read the meaning from the book. I know it doesn't really seem very personal when I'm doing that, but I think sometimes the meaning from the book can really add another dimension to it. I do feel like, just intuitively looking at it, that there's obviously something that has to do with a male figure or a masculine energy. It doesn't have to be a male figure. It can just be masculine energy, and it could be within yourself or with someone else that might be in this situation. Okay, so let me read it to you though. This situation involves a significant man in your life. Your new relationships with men are affected by your old relationships with your father, ex-husband, boyfriend, brother, son, or other males. This is a perfect time for you to heal and release any old wounds connected to men in your life. God and the Ascended Masters will support you as you focus on letting go of old toxins such as anger, blame, or guilt. This clearing process opens the way for healthy relationships with men and with your own male energy. Perfect. All right. So as I said before, for some of you, it is about maybe toxic masculine energy, maybe whatever it means to you. I would love to hear what your thoughts are, and I would love to hear what your situation with this is. If you feel free to, if you feel compelled to, and if you feel like sharing your experience below with others in the feedback and comments. All right. Thank you so much for your ongoing love and support, Pile 4. I hope this has been a helpful reading for you. Sending you lots of love and light. Bye.